What's your perception about gospel music generally in Ghana? What's your perception?
I think we have some amazing people doing amazing artists. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Doing amazing songs. Yeah. I personally feel like gospel is as much a calling as actually, being a pastor. So I feel like I was saying about me whenever I had to sing in church or in school, like before the church, I felt like proper preparation needed to go into it. I can't just get up and say because my voice is nice, I can't sing gospel. That's how I feel about gospel, and I think it shows through the impacts that the songs have. There's popularity, and then there's the song is actually touching you. That's what I feel generally. So those that are doing that, it tells. You can tell when you hear the songs, you feel the spirit. It's spirit filled. It's inspiring. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
How did you feel on that night when Dinah's name was mentioned as overall artist of the year? Be honest.
How did I feel? Actually,
yeah.
it came as a little bit of a surprise because everybody kind of expected it to go a different way. In the auditorium, everybody, people were, ready, poised. Everybody was poised to hear a certain name, and then it became Diana's name. So in that regard, everybody was like, "Oh, okay, cool." For me, my team, we're waiting for them to mention, so we leave because it gets really chaotic. After, because I was also nominated for that same category. I had to stay till the end. So my mind was on okay, whoever it is, let's go, because we don't want it to get giddy. But yeah, like I said, we all expected something, and then it became. And in retrospect, looking back, I think it's pretty dope that a second female has won Artist of the Year. I'm looking at it from that point of view. I'm glad.
Girl stuff.
Yeah, it's supportive. I'm supportive of women because because once a woman is able to cross a certain barrier, it means that she's opened the door for other women. So I'm proud of her, and I'm so happy that even when the competition was so tight, she was able to emerge winner.
But you didn't expect it?
No, I didn't expect it. I have to be honest.
Okay. You're being very honest. I like you.
No great back.
Nice.
It wasn't
nice.
what we expected, but I'm glad that a woman took it.
But do you listen to her?
She did. Yes, I love Adina. My niece, that small girl, she's been singing it like she's grown. She say, Adina, what do I'm saying? I could like it. Her music is everywhere. I listen to Dinah.
Nice. Comments coming in. Keys Boy says, Adina, my ear sweetener.
Hey.
But this one is plenty. I don't know if you read everything. This one says, Ivan Scott says, praise hallelujah. Adina, I really like your songs and your personality. Keep it up. This is from Kojo Mensah. Please ask her if she will still worship with Methodist Church. Are you still with the Methodist Church?
I don't worship with Methodist now. I'm with Winners Chapel, but I feel like I was born into it. I can never leave the Methodist Church.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back to the Methodist Church because the hymns are very powerful.
Hymns.
They're very, very powerful. I still listen to the hymns. I still look for them to play to calm me down. And the words, serious. It's not a joke.
Right. Adi Dokbo says, Adi, long time no see. Your chef is here. It looks like he knows you.
Right.
Yeah. And let's zoom straight. A documentary that I watched with you. With a very touching story, and you were preaching something very positive. So afterwards, I got inspired, and I spoke to Kwame, and said, "Listen, I need you here to come and inspire other women who are also listening from this angle. And what is it about? Can you just take us through the whole campaign that you are on right now?"
Okay, so the campaign is it's a fibroid awareness campaign. The campaign launch came with the launch of my foundation, which is also called Beautiful Inside, as you see in my shirt. And it's basically because, it was birthed when I found out that I had fibroids, and I had to go and do surgery. So the whole process from when I found out that I had it till going into the hospital to go and get it removed. Yeah. Everything that went on inspired this awareness campaign.
Okay.
Because I realized that fibroids are very common amongst us as Black people. It's something that affects Black women more than any other kind of race.
Have you found the reason?
They don't know.
Nobody knows.
Okay, they said it might be because we have high estrogen receptors in our womb. So I think it means that we are very fertile.
Too fertile.
I think
fertile.
Okay.
Too fertile.
But there's no real cause for fibroids.
Okay.
We don't know what it is. They'll just tell you change your lifestyle, have a few lifestyle changes, eat right, exercise, and all of that. Yeah. And I felt like there's so many mythical stories surrounding fibroids in Ghana, especially in our African setting. Some people would think that it's because you've been cursed, something that is a spiritual matter. So I needed to debunk all those myths.
Okay.
Once I realized what it was, once my doctor took me through the possible treatment options, and what surgery actually meant for me. The fact that once you go and do surgery doesn't mean that you can't give birth again. Like all those weird stories.
So people think that, young women think that if they say you have fibroid
and you go and do the surgery, you won't be able to give birth again.
At a point I thought that you can only detect it when you are going to give birth.
Well, that's what happens, because that's when most women check their bodies. Once they find out they're pregnant, that's when they go to the hospital. They go and scan to make sure they are healthy, and the baby will be healthy. Through the scan, you know that there's something already there.
Okay.
So that's why that.
But that's not supposed to be, right?
It's not supposed to be. We're supposed to be going on regular checks.
Okay, that's what I want to hear.
Yes.
So tell them. I mean, how long? Yes. At what age must you go and check whether you have this or not?
I think it's safe to say that from like 16, 17, 18, because as early as those ages, people can develop fibroids. As early as those ages.
Early as high school.
Yes. And a lot of people believe that you only get it when you're older. But that's not true. You can get it very, very early. And if you don't detect it early and it becomes really big, then it becomes life-threatening, because it comes with its own symptoms, and the worse or the bigger it is, the worse the symptoms. Some people have died from having fibroids so huge they did nothing about it. Somebody can bleed when it's the time of the month. They can bleed so much that they lose like blood and die. And that should never be the case, because once you find out, you can do something about it.
Well, so what is this that you are doing? Are you going on a national campaign tour? Are you? I mean, what's the whole process? What thing are you doing painstakingly to keep people aware of this?
Things like coming on these platforms to basically reach listeners, just to raise more awareness, let them understand that it's a normal thing amongst us, and if you go and get checked, you can do something about it. So through these conversations, the next step, or the next phase of the project is to open up our lines for people who are interested in donating to send donations through. And once you send the donations through, we're going to use those funds to help people get free scans, because the scans, to me, I would say is not very expensive, but I don't know what the next person would say. Definitely it will come in handy. So if we're able to give out free scans, they will know those with very severe cases that need surgery as soon as possible, and then hopefully the money will also help take care of surgery for some. Yeah.
Well, Adina is about a very interesting campaign, and if you